Fionn McCool decided that he'd go and visit Dermot's new house. And he walked up and he knocked on the door, and the woman answered, and she asked him to come in and take a drink, and he said, no, I won't, because I feel like you're annoyed at me. She said, no, it's fine. I'm pretty happy with how things worked out. I'm alright. He said, no, but really just feel like you're just annoyed with me, you know? She said, I'm really not. Remembered the way you were when you came to me first. You would not have given that dog away. She said, Dermot, what are you after saying? And he realised he'd broken his promise. He apologised profusely. And they made up. And the next time he went away, another one of the men of the Fianna, he came to Dermot's house and he knocked on the door, Creasy McGrone, and he said, you know, I won't come in because I feel that there's some ill will. And the woman said, there really isn't. Can I give you something to prove it? And he said, well, if you gave me a puppy. And she said, fine, puppy, go on. And when Dermot came back that day, the greyhound gave 2 horrible, heart-rending cries, and he knew she'd given away another puppy, and he said, if you remembered the way you came to me. She said, oh, Dermot, what did you say? And he felt terrible. He apologised. They made up. But the next day, Oisin, son of Fionn McCool, arrived. And when he arrived at the door, he started the same thing. I feel like there's just this ill will between us. She said, there really isn't. Do you want a puppy? What is it with you people and dogs? I don't get it. When Dermot came home that night, the dog ran out and she gave 3 and went to look for her. He couldn't find any track or trace. But as he walked down the hill, he came across a swineherd who said that he had seen a woman the previous night walking in a great hurry down towards the strand. And so Dermot went down to the strand, and there he saw a beautiful ship with full sails and a golden mast, but not a single person on it. And so, using his spear, he leapt very lightly onto the deck of the ship, and as soon as he landed, the ship began to sail across the waves. It sailed out over the waves, and then it made a funny sort of a turn, and it started to sail down under the waves. And down the ship went, and the light changed from blue to green, and back again to gold. And finally the ship settled in the middle of a great and beautiful plain. Think I might know her? Can you tell me where she is? And the woman said, I'll do better than that. I'll carry you there. And Dermot said, I don't think you will. I'm giant, strong man. With lots of muscles and pearly white teeth. But she put rushes all around him, and she put rushes above him, and she put rushes under him, and then she lifted up Dermot O'Divna, threw him over her shoulder, and marched off 3 drinks, in fact, from the cup that belongs to the King of the Plain of Wonder. And I've needed this cup all my life. And all my life people have gone and tried to get it for me, and no one has been able to get it for me. And Dermot said, I will get it for you. Just tell me where it is. And there isn't a person on the ridge of the world that will stop me from getting this cup for you. So she told him it was not a long journey to the border between her father's land and the Plain of Wonder, but between them ran a river. And though the river did not look wide, it would take Dermot a year to cross it if he sailed in a ship. But Dermot set off anyway. And when he came to the river, he searched around for a way to cross it. And eventually he saw a little red man in the middle of the river. And the man called out to him and said, Dermot O'Divna. Dermot said, yes. And the little red man said, you're looking for a way to cross, but you'll not find one. But if you come here and put your heel into the palm of my hand, I will carry you across. Dermot said, well, it's been a weird day. Out the cup of the king, or else send out the king's champions to defend it. And immediately, from the king's house, an army came rushing out to meet him. And 3 hours later, not one of them were still standing. because it was Dermot. And then the King of Wonder himself came out and said, "Who is it that has destroyed my army?" And Dermot said, "It is I, Dermot of the Fianna." And the King said, "I really wish you'd said that. Because 7 years before you were born, it was prophesied that you would come here seeking my cup and that any man who went against you would be slaughtered. So it would have been really nice if you'd said that in the first place." There's a price on this healing. When she drinks the last of those draughts, all of your love for her will go. David said, "No. No way. I love this woman. She's the one." And I know I've met a lot that I thought were the one and then turned out not to be the one. This one is definitely the one. Little Red Man said, "Well, you know, I can only warn you. And I will say the king is going to offer you all kinds of gifts. And it's better for you not to take any of them. And when your love does go from you, okay, if your love does go for you, it's better for you not to deceive her. Tell her straight away. Only ask the king for a ship to take you back home." Dermot said, "It's not going to be a problem. Appreciate your advice about the well." And he went on his way. And when he came back to the palace of the king under wave, and he went to the bedside of the daughter of the king under wave, and he saw her, and he saw how beautiful she looked. Not just beautiful because her face was perfect or because her hair was just so, but beautiful because he loved her. And even had she been a hag again, he thought he would still love her. And he looked at her and he knew that the prophecy of the little red man would not come true. And so he took the water from the healing well and he put it in the cup of the king of the plain of wonder, and he mixed in the drop of blood and he gave it to her and she drank it. And he watched her to see if his love would diminish, and it did not. So he knew. He knew. He loved this woman. And he gave her another drink. And the colour started to come back to her cheeks. She started to sit up. And he gave her the third drink. And then, as she swung her legs out of the bed, and as she stood, restored to her full health, a strange thing happened. And when he looked at her, she was lovely, but what he felt for her was what he would feel for any woman that he saw on the street. And she looked at him and she said, "Oh, Dermot, your love for me is gone." And he said, "It is." And from that place he took no treasure, no rewards, only a ship to sail him back to Ireland and the Fianna.